Bro, this is the craziest thing I have ever seen. 7,000 horsepower in a Mitsubishi Eclipse. What happened to CPM2? What did I really miss that y'all not telling me about? Second thing, how is the new game now infested with hackers and bugs just as much as CPM1? Bro, this was supposed to be the superior version in every way. Now you can't even be safe trading a car in public, or you risk losing your whole account. So I took the time out to play for the past couple of days, you know, getting back into the groove since I was gone for most of last year, and I think I was mistaken by a lot of the ideas and standards that I had for the game. Now listen, I don't want to be all negative because many of you know I'm still a CPM glazer to this day. No matter what you tell me or how much pain this game causes me, you know I'm still gonna say it's the best game ever made for mobile. But listen, for real though, I'm gonna dive into the better aspects or improvements that I've noticed before talking about the less ideal situations going on. So take this as a little rant or criticism video while still going over the good side of CPM2. But let me ask you this, do you wish you could sit on your phone and PC and make money from just playing games? Kinda like I do, but way easier. Well, let me introduce y'all to Snakzy, our proud sponsor for this video. Snakzy is an app that allows you to earn real rewards just for playing mobile games. Complete milestones, earn coins, and then redeem those coins for actual rewards. There's no catch, you play and they pay. If you're already on your phone most of the day, it's a solid way to earn something back instead of getting nothing. It works in Android as a regular app and on iPhone through the browser and is super easy to use. You just pick a game and play and watch the rewards pile on. So sign up using my link down below and you'll get up to a $10 bonus, which already puts you way on track towards your next purchase in the item shop. You play, they pay. Super thanks to Snakzy for sponsoring the video. Be sure to check them out. Now back to business. The first thing I want to look at is the 7,000 horsepower Eclipse I'm talking about. Not even the person I got it from, my bro Debian. He gave me the car. He said he had no idea how they created this thing. So if any of you know how they made this monster, let me know down below. But I'm gonna enter the drag racing just so I can show you guys the horsepower in live time before I experiment with it. Because it's in front wheel drive, I believe. It's not in all wheel drive. So here it is, 7,124 horsepower. This makes no sense. I had no idea it could get this far. Usually it's like 3,400 horsepower the max. I see people going with tunes and it's like some crazy tunes. They had to like max everything out. But now you got a little Eclipse with 7,000 horsepower in it, and I don't understand what's going on here. If we go in the engine, this is the engine it got. It doesn't look like nothing crazy. Stock turbo, all of this. What happened? How did they get 7,000 out of this? What I want to see is if I can make it all-wheel drive and still keep that 7,000. So if I change it, will it mess the tune up? Should I just click anyone? One of the ZF ones. Let me click one of the ZF ones. 4-wheel drive. Alright, so we still got the 7,000 horsepower. Will this blow up the moment we race it? That's what I want to see. So, oh my god, it got so much boost. What's the time on this thing? There's no way this thing is actually real. Let's run it and see. Oh my god, the engine is already blown. We just came to the start line and we gotta check engine sign. What the hell? You can't drive this. Look at that, it's smoking. How am I supposed to... Oh my god, bro. Bro, this thing's got 7,000 horsepower for nothing. What the hell? Where's my engine? Look at that. Everything is fried. Oh my god, bro. I'm gonna try replacing these and see if that makes a difference. Give me a second. Alright, so I just replaced all the broken parts. I believe I made all the parts the same, so I didn't change like any new configuration or anything like that. So I want to see if it maintains the 7,000 horsepower. That would be interesting as to how that works. How a little engine like this could have so much horsepower, or if there were hacks involved. That's what I want to see. And it's loading in. We still got 7,000. What? How? How, bro? How is this possible? It's a little lower than original, I believe, because of the fuel. But man, what? Can I'm gonna set this to analog. Where is it? I use an analog gas bill. I want to see if this thing could run. So I'm gonna use the analog just to creep up there. Hopefully the engine doesn't explode. Please don't explode. Oh my god, bro, don't explode. Calm down, just bring me to the line. All right, I think this is good enough. Let's see now. And we're off. Oh my god, it's struggling. 7,000 horsepower ain't doing nothing, bro. It's just dying right now. What the hell? 7,000 horsepower for nothing. Okay. That needs that engine's choking. It's interesting to see though. I'll say that. Now that I'm no longer excited about this car, because I thought it would be like some crazy broken speed with that 7,000 horsepower, but it keeps choking on it. Wait, pause. It keeps choking the power. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. It keeps choking the power, so it can't even use the full 7,000 horsepower, which is kind of sad. But it's insane to know that you can get this out of this little engine in the Eclipse. It's crazy. I'm gonna try to recreate that on a natural car just to see if it's like a hack or if it's actually a bug in the game that makes it possible. But now for the serious talk. One of the first negative things I don't like about the recent update that they dropped, or maybe it was an update while it was gone, but when you're logged into your account, whether that's on phone, I thought it was just an emulator thing, but when you're logged in on your phone too, you can't log out. You can only save and like change account. I can't sign out. So if you want to save the game and sign out without having to go into another account or create a new account, you either have to clear the data for the game, or you have to just make a new account to sign into in order to log out of this safely. I don't like that at all. There used to be a logout button over here. You can't do that anymore, not even on your phone. I tried it. I seen that there's none there. In terms of like physics, the cars have definitely felt better, especially the rear wheel drive. And wait a minute, is that DRS? We got DRS on the F1 cars. I did not know that. That is cool to see. But yeah, back in topic, the physics for the rear wheel drive cars especially way better. All wheel drive, I heard, had some issues with the upgrades, like with the ZF gearbox all wheel drive. I heard it doesn't function right, so try not to upgrade your gearbox for now. From what I've been told in the comments, you can keep it stock or go for a different one, but not the ZF ones for all-wheel drive, depending on the car and the tune, I guess. I haven't gotten to test it myself, but that's what I've been hearing. The tires, well, in the current version with the snow in City 1, since it's a CPM 2, we haven't had the snow removed as yet, but the tires, I heard that even the snow tires they actually contribute nothing to your grip in the snow region. Like, so if I put snow tires on right now and my tire pressure and everything is pretty normal, so this thing should be gripping through the snow. I heard it's not. But surprisingly, when I'm playing with the Mustang here, I don't really have any issues. Like if I even try to swerve it side to side, it doesn't really lose control unless I hit the handbrake like that. Then it starts to slide way out. But otherwise, when it's driving normally, it doesn't like spin out like crazy. So maybe it's a type of car, I don't know. And one of the most important and the last thing I want to rant about is the multiplayer, of course, these days, with the hacking or the bugs with losing your car and stuff. I like how the developers can give us the announcement not to do it. At least they're trying, like they're telling us not to trade in public and stuff like that until the issue is resolved. The problem is there's no way to get your cards back once they're gone. So once you lose it, that's it, bro. You can't recover it. There's no reloading. There's no backtrack. All your hard work and potentially your favorite cars will be gone. So for right now, we just gotta stay away from public trading. If you trust someone that you're trading with, do that in private, in a private lobby with password and everything. So yeah, that's what I wanted to rant about and showcase. I was gonna do some toe racing and drifting, but I'm gonna save it for another video when I'm experimenting with the controls and stuff like that. I don't want to make this one too long. So yeah, let me know what you guys think and what other issues you want me to take a look at to bring to attention. As always, thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Stay safe.